What one has to understand about Venezuela and Bolivia and Ecuador and Paraguay, that these are countries which were very polarized in terms of class and politics. And you had oligarchies in these countries who had been ruling for a long time. And when these oligarchies were defeated, naturally they were not happy. But you have to understand one thing about Venezuela in particular. 95% of the media was opposed and hostile to Hugo Chavez. Despite that, he kept winning elections. And that's something worth thinking about. And that's what this film tries to explain to Americans and Europeans who essentially read or hear critical reports about Chavez, that there is another point of view. And this point of view is not always presented to Europeans and Americans if you look at what the media coverage has been. So it's an attempt to correct the balance. Is there opposition to Chavez? Yes, but so what? In a democratic society, there is opposition to elected leaders. Not a big deal.
And I think the movie, if you've seen it, shows very clearly the level of stupidity in this kind of broad statements that are made about Mr. Chavez. And we showed that. But the movie was, I didn't want to make a movie only about the American media's attacks. I felt that that was too small for what this man is about. This man, as Tariq has pointed out, is a big phenomenon. This is a much more important phenomenon than the American attacks in the press. So the movie grew into south of the border, and we traveled in a road trip kind of movie to visit these other presidents. And we saw the positive side of what is going on, the sweeping change in this region. It's a very important historical phenomenon that is underplayed in America, not known about and ignored in America.
The position of all of us who have been involved in making this film regarding Chavez is very simple, really. He is an elected leader. He has been elected several times. He has won referendums. He has given Venezuela the most democratic constitution probably in the world, where people have the right to recall a president if they get enough signatures. I wish that system, we could have the right to recall governments in the United States and Europe if people were unhappy. That would be tremendous.
The idea that Chavez has expressed, and I think the other regional leaders, is let's unify, let's stay together here because we're up against a giant, not only a U.S. government giant, but against corporations that are multinational and very strong. And